for Around the Ozarks in 5, brought to you by the Butterfly Palace. Have the best day ever at the Butterfly Palace. The Springfield Greene County Park Board reminding you to go play, and Roto-Rooter Plumbing and Drain Service. Call Southwest Missouri's best plumber today for a free estimate. Here are your hosts, Ethan and Sarah Foreheads.
Hey, here we are. It's Monday on a holiday week, a short week, which is exciting. I can't believe it's Thanksgiving, but here we are.
It is hard to believe. I feel like it came quickly this year.
Yeah,
we'll get a look at the news. We told you about the violent few weeks in the city of Springfield, and this weekend, even more of the same. On Saturday, a 25-year-old man was shot in the Price Cutter parking lot on National and St. Louis, so a popular store. Nathan Williams was killed. The woman who shot him was questioned by police, but she has not been arrested. A child was on the scene with the woman as well. That child was released to family. No word yet on what led up to the shooting or if this was some sort of a domestic violence situation. He died at the hospital. Eastgate Avenue in Springfield, it could be extended. City Council is considering a $3 million state grant that would lengthen Eastgate from Division up to LeCompte. City leaders say it would help ease traffic flow and make it possible for more business development in that area.
Trying to think of where that was. I think I know. It's over there by the Costco, right?
Yes.
Yeah, in that area. That's
Yep.
it. Yeah, Eastgate. 4 pedestrians have been killed this year in Springfield. Apparently, the numbers are not just up here, but elsewhere across the country as well. The city started the Springfield Yields campaign, you may recall, back in 2017, and it's been a help, they say. Before that, about 25% of drivers yielded to pedestrians. Now, according to their studies, about 50% do. So that's improvement. It's not as good as it should be, obviously. They've added better crosswalks, touch buttons, lighting, and et cetera for people getting across streets as well.
Yeah, I use a lot of crosswalks in the city. So it's interesting because some of them are really nice now. Like you can hit the button and it will talk to you, which is a little creepy, but awesome. Because it sounds, it's like a real human's voice. It's not like a recorded. I mean, it is recorded, but what am I trying to say? It's like a real voice that was recorded, not like a computerized tone.
Yeah.
So
I've heard that parking and walking to Springfield Cardinals games. I've heard that a few times.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So you're familiar with what I'm talking about, but they're nice because if you had anyone with sort of any kind of impairment, I don't know, especially visually impaired people, they would be able to hear, like listen for the instruction too. So it's very nice.
Yeah, well, that makes sense. Better than beeping. The future of the popular Buffalo River watershed will likely look exactly like it does presently, if the people who voice their opinion over the weekend have their way.
You really screwed up that story. What he's trying to say is that the Buffalo River watershed, the way that it is in its current state, will likely stay that way. Even in the future, it's probably not changing.
Okay. Yeah, that's a better way to say it.
You sold it.
That's a better way to say it. I don't know why it was written the way that it was.
Who wrote that?
Who knows? Who knows? But the person who wrote it had a pretty good way of delivering it in a way that sounded more clear. So thank you. About 1,000 people who live nearby said they did not want the area to turn into a nature preserve because it is then sure to attract more visitors. And the locals say that area just can't handle more people. It's got enough already. It's a beautiful area. We've been there several times, but it can't get crowded. A nonprofit called Runway Group surveyed people about changing it. Most of the people in the survey said, thank you, but no thank you. We'll keep it the way it is.
Yeah.
Which is, I think oftentimes when surveys are done about changing things, the mindset is, no, leave it alone. But, in this case, it seems like they have good reason because just the infrastructure is not there to handle it.
Yeah, maybe.
But correct.
Yeah. So Ozarks City Administrator is making a move to Springfield. Steve Childers will now head up Springfield's Department of Planning and Development. He has been with Ozarks since 2007. I used to work with him all the time at KY3. So congratulations to him and to Springfield for getting him. Some car dealerships are working with Amazon. How about that? Users can now buy a car on Amazon, specifically a new Hyundai vehicle. You will have to pick it up from the dealership, though. It will not be delivered to your doorstep. Dealerships are not required to participate in Amazon's program, but perhaps you're an idiot if you don't, right? I don't know. I mean, maybe not. There's probably lots to it that I have no clue about. I just feel like
I'm sure that's true.
you should probably embrace Amazon because they're Amazon. Even though I don't embrace Amazon, I still like to give myself a gold star for not having an Amazon account. But also, if the whole world is shopping on Amazon, why would you not put your car on there too?
She doesn't have an Amazon account. You use my Amazon account. It's not
Not
like
regularly.
you're abstaining from Amazon.
Not regularly. I've
Uh,
maybe purchased 5 items ever in my life on Amazon. 2 of them were cheap triathlon suits, which I then asked you to send back. And you were like, you know what? Amazon wasn't made for you, and you were not made for it. So
that is
stop the
correct.
madness.
That is
And so
correct.
I did. So I stopped the madness.
It wasn't even free delivery for Prime, and it was from China. So to send them back would have cost
That's
more
why
than
they
that
were so cheaply made. They were so
stupid
thin. I
suit
felt like I
cost.
had on a piece of paper. It was terrible.
Online shopping
was
is not
terrible.
for you because it just isn't. We have to return everything you buy online shopping.
That's why I don't do it.
Yeah, good.
I'm just saying though, with a car, there you go. Apparently right now it's just Hyundais, but that could expand.
Yeah, that doesn't that whole story. I mean, maybe people in the future will will be more apt to buy a car online. I think people want to see a car and feel a car and drive a car before they
Well,
buy
I
a
mean,
car.
no. Like look at all the like there's a million online car sites. A million. We've done it before. We bought a car from Florida sight unseen. Remember that?
I know that, but most people are not like us.
Okay.
We're cool.
No.
Yeah.
He's kidding.
All right, here we a new innovation hub is headed to Dar College of Agriculture at MSU. The Innovation Hub will have 8,500 square feet in its building at the Ag Center along Kansas Expressway near the FedMed. So you know where that is, just a little bit south of the FedMed. It'll have welding stations, woodworking stations, a shop, and not a shop to purchase thing, a workshop, and more. So there's a lot going on over there.
Yep.
And you probably have heard this by now. Sad story, but it is inevitable. Former First Lady Rosalind Carter passed away yesterday at the age of 96. What a life. She was, of course, the wife of former President Jimmy Carter. President Carter said, quote, Rosalind was my equal partner in everything I accomplished. She gave me wise guidance and encouragement when I needed it. As long as Rosalind was in the world, I always knew somebody loved and supported me. That's an incredible statement. The Carters just marked their 77th wedding anniversary, meaning they became the longest wedded couple ever for a first couple in U.S. history. They surpassed former President George H.W. Bush and Barbara Bush, 73 years of marriage. So I can't imagine that there's going to be another presidential couple that would be able to be married for longer than 77 years. But they were quite a couple. They were always together, and you could tell that they needed each other. So sad to see her go, but boy, they both lived long lives.
Yeah. Yep. It's amazing. All right. Finally, on a much lighter note, it is Thanksgiving week, as we mentioned. So good news. Most people have a really short work week. Can you believe it, though? Many stores are going to be closed on Thanksgiving Day. You remember a couple years ago when they all decided to open on Thanksgiving Day, and it was kind of a big stink. You had very polarizing opinions about the topic.
Yeah.
Well, it appears that it wasn't worth it for whatever reason, whether it was the public backlash or whether it was money made, I don't know. But a lot of them now are going to be closed on Thanksgiving Day and then open the following morning, of course, on Black Friday. So here's a couple chain stores for you. Academy and Best Buy opening at 5 a.m. Target and Walmart opening at 6 a.m. And Bass Pro is indeed going to be open on the holiday, on Thanksgiving Day and on Black Friday. So, one of the few major chain retailers in Bass Pro that will be open on the actual holiday.
I think, Bass Pro is a little bit different just because it's almost like a museum whenever you go there. We go there fairly often with the boy, not really to shop, but just to go hang out and look
Yeah.
around. So I think
Look at
there's
the
I
fish,
think,
look
I
at the
think for some
turtles,
people it's a
take a picture
tradition
with the bear. Yeah. I
and
mean, I
Santa's there.
love Bass Pro. I like walking around because it does feel like a museum. It also makes me feel like I'm in rugged terrain, which I prefer. Um, so, um, yeah, I agree. I agree. But I'm sure they'll take some flack for it. But I'm sure also will be true. If you go, you'll find that there are lots of people there.
At Bass Pro?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did that, it was last year or the Thanksgiving before
It was like a
because
couple years ago, I think, when your dad was here, right?
I don't know, I don't know, but I think we actually celebrated Thanksgiving on a different day that time because of people in your family working maybe, and, so we just didn't have anything to do on Thanksgiving, so we went to Bass Pro,
Yeah.
and, yes, there were indeed a lot of people there. And, another thing that it makes it easier for the stores to close down on Thanksgiving now is that their online stores never close. So people can shop and they can put deals online and they're still bringing in some cash
Right.
without spending much on employees that day. So
Yeah.
I think it's good. We
All
all need a
right.
break
Well,
from
happy
shopping.
Thanksgiving week, guys. I think we'll be off Thursday, Friday, but we will see you Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So we hope that you join us tomorrow morning.
Sure we will. Have a great
Okay.
week.
See ya.
Enjoy the short week. We'll see you.
Yeah, we will. Thanks.